Hello and welcome to our channel again. Today we have another Mercedes-Benz B-Class B200 with CDI engine. This vehicle has come to our garage to change the transmission fluid. This vehicle is equipped with CVT transmission and the transmission code is 722.8, and this is B class with W245 208 chassis and with the OM640.941 engine. The engine capacity is 1991 ccm. So today we are going to show you how to replace the transmission fluid, and we are going to replace the transmission fluid and show you the transmission fluid or the transmission oil capacity. We are going to change the transmission oil pan gasket, transmission oil filter, and also we are going to show you how to check the transmission oil level. So stay with us and let's do that together. So to do that, the first condition is that we must move the gear selector to P position. So as you can see, the gear selector is in P position, and the second condition is that we should turn the ignition key to 0 position and remove the ignition key. Okay, I have raised the vehicle on the ramp and then remove driver side wheel and passenger side wheel, and also remove this underneath cover. Another thing is about this one, the torque converter oil drain plug, which is here. So as I have showed you that when I put the gear selector in P position and then when I raised the vehicle and that was not aligned, and then I went back to the service manual and the service manual did not say a specific way to bring this screw here. What did I do? I brought the vehicle down and put the gear selector level back in N position or in neutral position. Then I removed this wheel arch. Let me show you that. I removed that to get access to the crankshaft pulley bolt. But here, as you can see, this is all metal. This one, the only access is through this hole and this hole. Can you see the hole? This one. And you need this 17 millimeter, this hexagon long bit, and I'm going to show you that right now. So you need to put that inside, and the crankshaft pulley center bolt is look, now it's move that. So this is 17 millimeter or 17 hexagon bead. And if I show you here, just hold on. You might be able, just hold on. And that is the nut. Can you see? Okay. Then, so you need to put this one, and that push all the way in until properly engaged in the head of the bolt. Then I spin the engine clockwise while the transmission was in end position, or the gear selector was in natural position, until I brought this screw to appear here. So now we brought this screw here, and we are going to move the gear selector back to P position. This is mandatory. This is very, very important. So to move the gear selector back to, and turn the ignition off and remove the ignition key from the ignition switch. So remove this one from here, and then bring the vehicle down. Okay, vehicle is down. Now I'm going to move that back to P position and remove the ignition key completely. Okay, as you can see, I have thoroughly cleaned this area and this area with the brake cleaner. So now I'm going to loosen this one, and you need this H5, this one, and drain the transmission fluid. And this is the oil pan drain plug washer or seal unit. And I'm going to install the drain plug back. And tightening torque specification is 22 Newton meter. Okay, now I'm going to use this number 4 hexagon bead and slacking the torque converter screw. Okay, now I'm going to use oil extracting tool and extract as much oil as possible from the torque converter. Mercedes-Benz has used a different type of oil extractor tool, but unfortunately I don't have access to that, and I'm going to use the oil extracting tool. Okay, as you can see, oil is coming from the torque converter. You may be able to see in the pipe. Okay, as you can see, some oil has emerged again. After that, let me try this again a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to install the torque converter drain plug, but above the copper oil of the drain plug, there is no any mention in this Mercedes-Benz service manual whether that should be renewed or not. So anyway, I'm going to install the drain plug without renewing the copper washer. So and the torque specification for this is 10 Newton meter. Okay. So now we are going to remove the oil pan. So all these screws of the oil pan is T30. Oops. Okay, make sure to clean this thoroughly. As you can see, this shave of metal. Clean the magnets and remember the places of the magnets or orientation of the magnets, and then we are going to put the new gasket as well. So we are going to put a new one. So after cleaning, putting the magnet back, and make sure you smear a new gasket this area with light transmission new oil, this area which touches here and at the transmission housing. Okay, put the magnet back here and make sure the dot side is upward. And this is the gasket for the transmission oil pan unit. New gasket. uh, this is going to be downward towards, so one dowel goes here, one dowel is here and the other is just here, as you can see, just here. And one is here. Okay. And this is the oil filter, transmission oil filter unit. Okay, 8 Newton meters. You are going to torque this to 8 Newton meters. We are going to do that in cross sequences, so crossover sequences. Okay. And now we are going to fill the transmission oil, and this cover is missing. When the vehicle came here, this cover was missing already. And this is the transmission fluid unit. This is the part number. And as you can see, the safety lock is missing. Okay, I have put 5 liters of transmission fluid first, and now I'm going to remove the funnel from the transmission oil filling tube, and then temporarily install this and start the vehicle. Going to start the vehicle. See if the vehicle can be started. Okay, the vehicle has started, and now I'm going to move gear selector to each position. So then to N, pause for little bit, then to D, pause little bit, then back to N, pause little bit, then R, pause little bit, and then back to parking position. So good. Okay. Okay, look here, I have to check the transmission fluid level. So first, so when you fill the transmission with the transmission fluid, then start the engine, increase engine speed briefly, approx 3 seconds to 2000 rpm. Shift through the driving stage several times with the vehicle stationary and the engine idling. Allow engine to idle and selector lever position P. So call off the transmission fluid temperature. So if you have scan tool or scanner, you can bring the transmission fluid temperature on the screen by going to the live data, or if you don't have the scanner or don't have access to scanner, you can use the infrared temperature gauge. You can do that, but best thing, if you have scanner, it's going to be very accurate. So check the final fill of the transmission again with the so what was there here. So check final filling of the transmission with the dipstick at specific transmission oil temperature and engine speed. So here it says, look, this is very important. Where that has gone. Okay, say the transmission oil temperature and engine RPM must be maintained. Deviations cause an inaccurate measurement. Transmission oil must not be checked when vehicle is running in limp home mode. So the final filling can be inspected both at 50 degrees of Celsius scale value 2 to 4. So let me show you. This is the scale value. This is the two to 4. Can you see that? 2 to 4. When the gearbox or the transmission oil temperature is at 50. So, and if the transmission fluid temperature is at 80, then scale 5 to 7. As you can see here, 5 to 7. So 5 to 7 when the engine temperature is at 80. And 2 to 4 when the engine or the transmission fluid temperature is at 50. And this is the part number of the dipstick. This is the part number 168-589-01-2100. So when the gearbox or the transmission fluid temperature is 50 here, so 50 degrees Celsius, engine speed 700 rpm, oil dipstick scale value 2 to 4, and when the transmission oil temperature is at 80, engine speed 700 rpm, so oil dipstick scale value 5 to 7. Five to 7. And this is the oil filling tube safety lock. This one you need. It hasn't got part. You need 6.5 liters of this fluid. If you drain the torque converter as well, so if you drain the torque converter as well, then you need 6.5 liters of transmission fluid.